Welcome back to Faces and Places across the United States. This week's guest is Myya in West Virginia, talking to Sandra. Welcome back, Sandra.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our web chat, Faces and Places across the United States. My name is Sandra, and I'll be your host today. Today, I'll be talking with our guest, Myya. Hi, Myya.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. We are so happy to have you here in our American English at State Facebook page. So thank you very much for making the time. We are delighted that you have joined us for this web chat. So before we begin, let's ask our audience where they're joining us from today. Please let us know in the comments box. Myya, thanks again for being here. Why don't we start by you telling us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from and where are you now?
So I am from a very small town of about 650 people called West Union in the state of West Virginia. And I currently live in Morgantown, West Virginia, a city of about 30,000 people.
Wow, that looks beautiful. Look at that picture, Morgantown, West Virginia. What is the weather like right now?
So it has actually been snowing a lot in West Virginia, but I was surprised when I woke up this morning and it was a little bit warmer and I could hear the birds chirping. And so right now it's like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, I think.
That sounds really nice, very pleasant weather. It is sunny and a little warmer here in DC this morning. So West Virginia, do you know what the nickname is and why?
Yes, so West Virginia's nickname is actually the Mountain State, and that's because it's the only state that is completely within the Appalachian Mountains. And so its average elevation is actually higher than any other state east of the Mississippi River, and you can't escape mountains anywhere you are in West Virginia. And I actually grew up in a house directly in between two huge mountains.
Wow, that's really nice because a lot of parts of the United States are very flat. So it's good to see mountains when you wake up in the morning. Can you tell us a fun fact about West Virginia?
So one fun fact about West Virginia is that it is actually home to the New River Gorge Bridge. And so when it was first built, it was the longest steel arch bridge in the world. And now it's the longest bridge in the Western Hemisphere. It's about 1,700 feet long. And every October, there's a day called Bridge Day, where the bridge is closed off to traffic, and people from all over the United States actually parachute and bungee jump off of the 876 feet of the bridge.
Wow, Myya, have you done the bungee jumping?
No, I have not. I am very scared of heights.
I think I'll be scared of doing that too, but that looks beautiful. That's a beautiful picture. Thank you so much for sharing it. Before we start our conversation, I want to tell you a little bit about where people are watching us from. We have Jenny from Myanmar. We have Mohammed from Bangladesh. We also have Rubel saying hello from Bangladesh. We have Ayaning from Myanmar. We have Asma saying hello from Pakistan. We have Nancy saying hello from Honduras. We have Jazz saying hello from the Philippines. We have Icha from Indonesia, Patri from Argentina, Christine from the Philippines, Diana from Algeria, Sergey from Ukraine, the American corner in Trieste, also saying hello in Italy. And we have Bona from Cambodia, Mansura from Azerbaijan. We also have people from Tanrija, Bolivia, Yolanda saying hello. We have Carl from Taiwan and Yusuf from Sudan, just to name a few. So we have people from all over the globe watching us today. I also wanted to share some of the comments and questions we had. We have Duong saying, what are the most interested majors in your state? We have Lupita asking, where did you study? What has been the most significant experience in your university? And we have Fabricio asking what it's like to study and live in West Virginia. So it's great that you're here to give us some answers to this question. So today we want to talk about your life as a college student in a university in the United States, which is a truly unique experience. So first, tell us, where do you go to school?
So I go to West Virginia University, West Virginia's flagship institution. And so flagship means that it's the finest and largest West Virginian university. And part of being the finest and largest also means that my university dedicates itself to serving the state and the citizens of West Virginia through research and knowledge.
That is a beautiful campus. And that's you there during a snowstorm.
Yes.
So what is the best part about being a student at West Virginia University?
So the best part about being a student at WVU is that even though it's really big, according to West Virginia standards, it feels really small and is kind of like my second home. West Virginians are some of the nicest people that you'll ever meet. And as a person who's been very lucky to be able to go many places, I really think that that's true. And everyone at West Virginia University always treats you like family. It's a very tight-knit community.
Oh, wow. It looks like you also have a good time with your friends there. You have a lot of people that you have met studying at the university. So tell us a little bit about your schedule. What is the day like for you, or what has been like in the last years?
So I'm actually about to graduate right now. So my schedule is very light. I only have class 3 days a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And even then, I only have one class on Mondays because I'm basically finishing the last portion of my bachelor's degree before I graduate in May.
Wow, that is really nice. And before I move on to the next question, we have a question from the American Corner. What did you study, Myya?
So I study political science and international studies, and I have a minor in Arabic studies.
Wow, Arabic, that is really cool. So Myya, what has been the most challenging class for you so far?
So my most challenging class was actually one of the first college classes that I ever took. And like I said, I study political science and international studies. So most of my classes don't have to do with hard science and math. However, I was in a biology class my freshman year, and that was really hard for me. While I did research in the class with my friends in the picture, as you can see here, some of them aren't very happy or are just confused. That's because we all constantly worked with numbers and data, and it's very difficult for me, especially, to keep all of that information straight in my head. And I've always been a lot better at reading and writing than biology.
Wow, so this one really pushed you a little bit to the limits.
Definitely.
So how do you keep up with your assignments? You have to do math, you have to do political science, you have to do a lot of reading and writing. What is the secret to be on top of all your assignments?
So I keep on top of my assignments by staying extremely organized. And this semester, since almost everything is online because of the pandemic, I actually use a lot of those tools online to stay organized. And so I use a calendar and a daily planner to keep all of my events and meetings organized. And I also have a to-do list that I update every day that shows what I've completed, what I'm working on right now, and what I still need to do. I think organization is a very important skill to have to succeed in college.
I think it's true, and it will help you throughout your life as you begin your job and your career. We have another question too. How do you deal with being online all the time?
So I definitely am sure to take walks a lot and go outside and get some fresh air in between my meetings every day.
That is good advice. So if you're just joining us, we are talking with our guest Myya, who is talking to us from West Morgantown, West Virginia. And Myya is talking to us about her life as a university student in the United States. So let's see. Can you tell us a little bit about your experiences in the dining hall, the dorms, like all the different things that we have in American universities?
Sure. So I only lived in a dorm my freshman year of college, and I shared a small room with one other girl, and we shared a bathroom and a shower with two other girls. So in my room, I had a bed, a desk, and a drawer, but not much else. And so this picture I actually took the day I moved in, but I actually ended up decorating a lot more of my room after this with other pictures of my friends and posters. I tried to make it feel like home as much as possible, and there was also a dining hall that was close to this dorm that had a bunch of really good food from early in the morning to super late at night. My specific dining hall actually had a pasta bar where you could watch a chef make your pasta with any ingredients that you can imagine. And when I went, I always personalized my own chicken and broccoli Alfredo.
Wow, so you can have pasta pretty much every day.
Yes, at any time.
That sounds delicious, even for breakfast, huh?
Yeah.
So Myya, can you tell us a little bit about what some of the fun things that you do at your university?
So some of the most fun things at my university are going to football and basketball games. Sports are a very important part of life at WVU, and our sports teams represent the entire state of West Virginia. The games are always very exciting, and everyone, including students, teachers, and all West Virginians, come together to cheer on our team, the Mountaineers. And at the end of every game, the entire crowd also sings the West Virginia state anthem, Country Roads, Take Me Home. And we all are like arm in arm and just swinging back and forth and celebrating our team in West Virginia together.
Wow, so sports are very important. And I quickly saw a picture of you also in outdoors. I'm sure you have opportunities to do a lot of outdoor things.
Yes, so I think one of the ways to pass time a lot at WVU is to go out and either hike or bike somewhere in the mountains, or you can even like canoe in one of the rivers here.
So we have people watching us all from all over the world, and many of them are interested in study in the United States. Can you tell us what would you say to someone who wants to apply to study in a university here in the United States?
For anyone that wants to apply to study in the USA, I would tell them to specifically find your niche whenever you get here. And so at first glance, university life from far away can seem very big and overwhelming. But if you spend time once you get here with your roommates, you join clubs and you play sports, you will quickly meet a lot of new friends and create a community of people who you feel safe and happy to be around and who you can be yourself with.
So that is an important thing to do as soon as you arrive in the United States, to get a group of people who can support you. So can you tell us a little bit about one of the most rewarding experiences of being a university student in West Virginia?
So my most rewarding experience at West Virginia University has been that I'm able to do a lot of work to benefit the Black community that lives here. And so there aren't many Black people in West Virginia, so we are a part of the minority. And as a Black woman on campus, I promote diversity and inclusion by working directly with professors and other employees. And I've even worked with the president of the university to make sure that Black people like me feel safe and welcome here. And those experiences are the most rewarding in the sense that I know I'm making a positive change on campus for people who experience the world in the same way that I do.
Well, I think we can go back to the picture before. Is that the president of the university?
Yes, yeah, that's President E. Gordon Gee in the middle. And he's known for wearing little bow ties. And so he always has a big collection of bow ties and will be wearing one wherever he goes.
Is he always wearing the university colors as well?
Always. I think he has a huge never-ending closet.
Well, that's great that you were able to meet him and also work with him in such an important work of bringing diversity. So can you tell us a fun fact about your university? You mentioned that there's a special thing, a special mode of transportation in your university.
Yes. So I think the most fun fact about WVU is that it is home to the PRT, or Personal Rapid Transit. And so because huge mountains separate WVU's campuses in Morgantown, there originally wasn't a very good way to travel in between them without running into a lot of traffic. And so WVU built the PRT, which can kind of be described as a small train system to get students and employees back and forth. And so WVU describes it as a people mover, and it has 5 stations that connect 3 main areas of the university. It's super unique, and I actually think it's kind of cute. And it's also very neat when we walk around on campus to kind of look above your head and see a small little PRT car going back and forth on the track. And it's really just, I think the way it's shaped and the way it goes around just looks really cute, and it's really fun.
Wow, that looks really cool. It's almost like one of those people movers in Disney World or different airports around the world. That is really cool. And I like how they had the different colors too, the 2 colors of the university. I had another question for you. How do you keep motivated? Because a lot of people struggle sometimes in college or finding motivation. And now that we're all doing a lot of work from home, what keeps you going?
So I stay motivated to study every day by reminding myself exactly why I'm here and why I'm studying political science and international studies and why I decided to come to college in the first place. So going to WVU is just a small part of my life, but it's important for how I'm going to live out the rest of it. And so wherever I end up, I want to make positive change and I want to help people. And WVU shows and teaches me exactly how to do that. And what I learned here will influence me for the rest of my life. So I stay motivated to study and keep my grades up because hopefully this is just the beginning.
Wow, that is true. That is true. This is the beginning of many opportunities for you. So we'd like to ask our audience if they have any questions for Myya to please let us know in the comments box, and we're going to try to answer some of those questions. So we have a question from the American Corner in Tristy, and they are saying, will you do an internship?
Yes, so I actually have already done internships while in college, and I specifically did an internship with the Office of English Language Programs, and it was one of my most rewarding experiences in college and really taught me a lot about what I study and what I want to do after I graduate.
Wow, that is really nice that you were able to do that already. That is something that many university students in the United States have a chance to do, to go and apply for internships. The other question we had is, are there many non-US students at your university?
Yes, so there actually is a big portion of students that aren't from the United States. And we actually have a house designated on campus specifically for international students to go to and make connections and meet other students from all around the world.
That is really nice, so they can really create a community as well.
Yes.
So Myya, I think our time is up, believe it or not. We already went a little bit over our time, but we really want to thank you for giving us lots of great answers and giving us a glimpse into your life as a university student in the United States. And hopefully a lot of people are enthusiastic about doing this and pursue a career in the United States. So thank you so much, Myya.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure to have you here. We'd also like to thank our audience for such a lively engagement and participation today. We hope you continue to engage with us via social media. Don't forget to check out our amazing resources at americanenglish.state.gov, our YouTube channel, and our American English Facebook page. Thanks again, Myya. Good luck with your studies and finishing up your degree.
Thank you so much.
And thanks again, everyone, for joining us. So we look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks for our next episode of Faces and Places across the United States. We encourage you to continue to engage with us as you have done today. Bye, everybody.